Okay, so everyone, hi, this is Rajat from Boots and Crampons, the top Indian mountaineering company. And today we've come live to talk a bit about one of our upcoming programs. Till now, we've focused majorly on treks, expeditions, training camps, and adventure programs. But this time, we've come up with something totally new, something very different than the mainstream thing that's been going on. Right. And yeah, one of the major thing is that this very program will be our shortest yet one of the most difficult one program organized till now by PNC. Now, in order to have a better understanding, we have an expert with us. His name is Chetan. Chetan is live with us. Hi, Chetan.
Hi, hi,
Um,
thanks.
Chetan is a certified running coach and a true mountain enthusiast. He is helping us in terms of organizing and designing this whole program. So today we'll be discussing each and everything about this program, this very program with him. So Chetan, to begin with, can you please tell the audience a bit about what this Summit Run program really is and what's the concept behind it?
Yeah, so as you said, it's a bit of a different thing than what Boots and Crampons has done. So for people, I think it's essentially a trail run. People who have been in the mountains before, the ones who have been hiking, trekking, who know the sport about running, there's a form of running called the trail run. It's called the trail running, and trail running essentially you find trails, you go on trails. Where you can do the activity, you can explore them in a different way than what you would normally do in terms of hiking or trekking. It obviously has a bit of a time bound factor to it, and it also is, as a sport, it's actually one of the fastest sort of a growing sport or form of running in the world. So that what trail running is, and Summit Run Indrahar. Uh, the name, it's essentially again the trail that's going from McLeodganj all the way to the top of the Indrahar Pass in the Dauladhar range. And so the name Summit Run comes from the pass itself, which is the Indrahar Pass, because it does look like this massive summit or sort of a peak from the distance, and even close when you're up close. Uh, that's 4,300 meters high over that actually. And for those who actually don't have a bit of an idea of where this is or what this is, uh, this was, I think, a couple of years back in the news when we all were shut down. There was a lockdown, and the everything stopped, the traffic stopped, and the pollution went down, and people
Yeah,
started to say, there's this. We can see the ranges, we can see the big mountains from Jalandhar, from the cities of Punjab.
from
So is
Chandigarh.
that
Yeah, right,
yeah?
right.
So is that big, massive, white wall of mountains that you see from the plains is what the Dauladhar ranges is the front part of the range, and that is the
Hmm.
top. On the top on the range, there are actually 13 to 15 passes, and Indrahar Pass is one of the passes on the route that is used by the locals to cross over to the Chamba side. So
Right.
that's what the name comes from. That's what the place is, and that's what the concept is going to be. We're going to do the trail in a time bound manner. Obviously, people do this as a trek, as a 4-day trek, but when you're running on the trail, you're going to go with minimal amount of gear, and you will be sort of speed hiking or probably
Hmm.
even running a lot of if it comes to local, especially because there was a trail run that was organized long back, and what I came to know from the local people was there was some local shepherd boys who actually broke the trail in just about 45 minutes coming back down from
Hmm.
the circuit. So that's a pretty fast time for that trail. So yeah, if you do it the running way, the minimal way, you can cover a lot of distance in a much shorter time.
Okay, and so as you said, the summit will be the Indrahar Pass. What's the starting point? Like, from where do people start running, and how much time could it take? And is it very practical to, run this long distance in one very go?
Uh, so, so you people will be coming to the town of McLeodganj, and there is a regional mountaineering center just above the town, just about a kilometer above the town. That's going to be the starting point of the route,
Hmm.
uh, and it's feasible, yes. So it's actually what's going to happen is I don't think a lot of people coming from other cities who don't have a lot of trail running experience will be actually running most of the section. Obviously, there will be a runnable section that people would be wanting to go fast in. Yes, that's not possible, but most of us are going to sort of speed ascend, speed hike the trail. Uh, they People have done this trail under 20 hours locally, and it's very much possible. Uh, but that's also the reason why we have different levels, because not everyone is sort of up to the experience level of going to the Indrahar top and coming back. Because it's not just if it was just a trail, honestly, 30 kilometers would not feel much, because there are other trail races happening in the mountains nearby in the regions which are of similar distance, but they have a lesser time cutoff and they're not as technical. But the ascent, sheer ascent, and the technical terrain that you find after the Laka Glacier of the main climb towards the
Mhm.
pass, that will slow you down considerably. So it's going to be, that's why we are inviting people who have a lot of experience, for climbing experience, who have ultra running experience, who are sort of mentally ready to take on the challenge, not just physically, because that's going to be a different game.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so you just mentioned that there are some levels to it, like three, four, how many? And
4 levels.
can you please shed some light on to, what these levels are? I mean, how different these levels are from each other in terms of terrain, difficulty, and other differences.
Yeah. So there are 4 levels. Level one is the 10K. So we have a 10K distance, then level two is about 16 kilometers, level three is 20 kilometers, and level four is 30 kilometers. And this trail is
Hmm.
out and back. So whatever distance I'm saying, let's say we're doing a 10K, then it's going to be 5 kilometers up and then five down the same path. And same is for the other categories also. For 16, it's eight up and eight down. Uh, so the terrain when it comes to the route, so there's a very popular destination sort of midway, if you can say, if you're climbing the Indrahar, the very midway, level two, you're going to reach the Triund top. So Triund is like a ridge. It's like a very famous spot for a lot of people who go camping and for their day hikes and everything. So that particular place, till that place at least, there's like a well marked, maintained, broad, a meter and a half sort of wide trail. That's mix of mud, rocks, ruts, and that is something that people can fast hike up, run up. Someone who's very comfortable, practice with technical terrain. If you have practice, then you can also run a lot of sections on this trail. After that, obviously, even till level three, I would say it's very, very runnable. It just gets slightly steeper for a bit of a section, and then you are again traversing the higher ridge, which is above Triun, and then you reach another the snow line. That's what it's called, where level three people turn around from. So till there, trails are actually very well maintained, very well marked, because it's a very popular shepherd route for these for the Gaddi community, and also for locals who actually cross the Indrahar Pass and other passes to actually go on the other side. So yes, and then only after is where the technical sort of thing starts. And this is the trail and the distance. And as far as the time limit goes, I know I've spoken about that. It's how trail running is different is also because you are going sort of in a minimal way. You're exploring trails in a faster manner. You're running, walking, hiking, speed hiking. But we have like a generous time limit for each distance. Like for the 10K, we have 6 hours of time to sort of complete that sort of the distance, which is very doable. So even someone who's a beginner, because a lot of people are asking that, can we do this? We haven't done this, we haven't
Hmm.
done that. So if you are keen, if you want to explore the outdoors, you want to go into the mountains, you want to have good time, but you're unsure, we have 12 weeks to go. You can still walk, you can start practicing, you can start strength training. And level one is something that I think people in that particular time, 6 hours, can really very well do it.
Okay, so in India, people have not seen a lot of trail running events, but still there have been a couple, a few, right? So how Summit Run is different from those that have been held in the Himalayas previously?
Sorry, I lost you there. I think you got stuck. If you can repeat the question.
It's okay. I said that there have been not a lot of such programs, but still a few running events in the Himalayas
Yeah.
previously. How Summit Run is different from those?
Yeah, I think there are a few trail runs happening now in India, I would say, including down south. There's a very good big active community in Maharashtra, in Karnataka, who actually take part in a lot of trail events. There are a couple of events happening high up in the Himalayas as well. Uh, as far as the name itself, the summit. So when you bring in the Indrahar Pass as a factor, I think that itself is like a major differentiator between what is happening elsewhere versus this. A lot of other trails are circuits, they are loops, and they have a lot of elevation. Yes, you go up and down, you have river crossings and everything else, but uh, as far as technicality is concerned, I don't think there is any other event in India, at least the level four, which I can say the main summit run, the Indrahar route, which would throw something like that sort of a terrain when you cross the glacier and then it's just boom, like just vertical up. So I think that ascent itself is like a major differentiator. Uh, in fact, it's so because there are a few sections where we'll be putting ropes as well. So obviously the progress is going to be slow. It's still sort of you do have a marked way to do it, but I think that sheer ascent is something that's very sort of that sets us apart. Also, what interesting is that other races may have uh, they have slightly lesser elevation gain as far as the distance goes, but they are undulating up and down throughout the race. In this, what's happening is the 8,500 feet of gain that you get in the Indrahar Trail, the level four, is all halfway. So in 15 kilometers only, you gain all the altitude that you're gaining, and after that is just a U-turn, and then you need to come back down. So obviously you have to traverse all that technical terrain down, and then once you're at level three, you can run down if you want to, if you are fresh and you think you can do it. But yeah, all that gain is just 15 kilometers. After that, once you're coming back down, there's no gain really. Then you're just going back down, back to McLeodganj. So
Got it,
the
got it.
ascent is pretty steep.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. Okay, so what sort of people can participate in this program? And also, can kids do it too? And yeah, do people who are going to be participating or who are interested in this, do they have to be, extreme runners and those who are, into marathons only? Or such people can also participate who have not, um, who haven't done these running events previously, who have just been into trekking and stuff. Like, yeah, what sort of people can participate?
Yeah, so that's why the different levels. Actually, we already have a 10-year-old kid who has signed up for the level one. So level
Okay.
one, absolutely, you're a beginner, you are interested, you have some sort of activity, you walk around, you can do things, you're enthusiastic about being in the mountains, you're willing to train a bit with 12, 13 weeks to go. Level one, I would say anyone can do. Okay.
Hmm.
Level two, it's the distance is 16 kilometers, but it feels more like a half marathon to a 25K run in the plains if you were to do. So if it's for someone
Hmm.
who has that sort of a running experience, or at least someone who has experience into hiking and trekking, and they have done multiple multi-day treks with that sort of a distance, let's say every day, and who have the endurance level, who are in touch with physical activities, who are sort of active consistently, I would say, they can do level two, level three, both, I would say similar. Level three also 20K, it feels more like a marathon. So again, if you have the experience, being time on feet for that long, cutoff for that is 10 hours. We are expecting people, even if they do easy, to finish in about 7.5, 8 hours. So the level three. If you have experience in terms of walking that much, I would say yes, definitely you can do. So if someone is actually hiking right now and they said, yes, we can run a bit or something, but how can we but not so comfortable with running and everything. The two ways to go about it. We do have training plans for it. So we have tied up with All in Running, and then you can sign up for the. We have the 14-week plan which are already going. People are doing it, and we have the 12 and the 10-week one as well. So you can add a bit of running component to your training and preparation, and be better prepared and do it the trail running way. Otherwise, the ones who are hiking, trekking, who have recent experience, but then they are keeping up with some sort of activity. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people who hike regularly are the ones who are in touch with basic sort of aerobic activities like cycling or long walking or running, bit of that. So I think that covers. If you're doing that already, I think that's a good one. Yes, there's a bit of a
Mm.
structure that's required to sort of do it well, and that's where we are coming in the picture to help you out with the structure. So that level four is a different game. Level four, I would put uh, because of the sheer ascent, and then it may just be 10 kilometers plus than the level three, but the terrain after level three is so different that I would put it. I would say someone who has mountaineering experience, someone who has ultra running experience, someone who has ultra trail running experience. I think they are the ones someone who's really comfortable going out in a challenging environment. Obviously you can't be comfortable all the time, but who has experience going in this challenging environment of a bit of semi-technical, technical terrain is where is what I would say. Yes, the distance would feel more like a 60K, 60, 65K. When
Mm.
you talk about 30, it would feel double because you'll be a lot longer on your feet running, hiking, speed hiking up and down. So you got to build your training around working with that fatigue because you'll be tired. So can you do it? Can you cover the distance when you're tired on your tired legs? So that sort of a training needs to be. So that comes with ultra running. So when you're ultra runner, you know well
Mm.
how to sort of beat the fatigue. When you're a mountaineer, you know how to beat the fatigue. Because if you know mountain climbs, that's what happened. From base camp to the summit and back, they're like 12 hours, 13 hours sort of attempts. And mountaineers have good experience of that. So yeah, so these are the kind of people who can actually take part.
Okay, so for level one, beginners can participate,
Yeah,
right? They can because they have, yeah. And even for level two, if someone has a little bit of marathon or running experience or some hiking experience, like some experience into running
yeah.
or mountain hiking, they can participate in level two, right? But for level three and level four, it gets a bit difficult. So how can one train for it? Like we still have time, I guess. When is it? When the program is
Yeah, so
scheduled
program
for?
was already started. So the race is on the 8th of October,
8th
and
of October.
8th of October, and the 14-week plan we actually started last week, so that is already going on. There are a few people who are taking that. 12-week one
Mm,
starts the coming Monday, so that again a
mm,
few people are taking that. So if you're doing these activities, yes, as I said, if you're doing it, you're saying, okay, I'm comfortable, I'll be able to do it. If you have that confidence, yes, uh, go ahead, train yourself better and everything. If you need a structure, we are there. You can sign up for the plan. But there are a few
mm,
people who are saying, okay, we may not be able to commit to the plan. Then what do we do? Then I would say, the one very good way of training for this is obviously having more of trail experience. So if you can go out for longer day hikes close to where you are living. So there are a lot of people, for example, coming from Maharashtra. If they can build in certain long day hikes or certain trail runs on the weekends where they can expose themselves to different uneven terrains and sort of get some comfort level is what will really add to it because the more you run on the trail, I think that's the only way that you can get comfortable or get
mm.
some experience on how to tackle stuff on a trail run on a trail.
Right. So during the run, I'm not sure if people will be carrying anything with them, right? Because that will only slow them down. But people do need water when they run, right?
Yeah.
So what are the arrangements in terms of hydration facilities throughout the whole trail?
Yeah, so definitely you don't need to carry a rucksack or anything else. All you
Mm,
need is the essential gear that we are recommending. So the
mm,
essential gear, I mean, what you need to carry is a hydration pack, uh,
mm,
or a waist belt that can carry two 500 ml pouches. So you would need to carry at least a liter of water with you. So to carry a liter of water with you at all the times, you do need something to carry the water in. Uh,
okay.
so
Is it
uh,
mandatory to carry the hydration bag?
yes, it's mandatory to carry either the waste pack or the hydration bag because we are not giving plastic bottles away.
Hmm.
We're just not wanting to generate any plastic waste in the mountains because in previous experiences you can tell people to sort of not throw it off, but uh, unintentionally, unknowingly, you just end up generating a lot of stuff waste on the mountain. So we'll be having those bigger 20-liter cans, and we'll refill those, and those will be there at every 1.5 to 2 kilometers on the trail. So,
Okay.
so that's why. So 2 kilometers of a distance. So let's say 2 kilometers of distance. If you're carrying a liter of water, that is more than enough. Uh, why you need that much is because why we're recommending two flasks in what one you can just carry regular water, another you can carry an
Hmm.
energy drink, so that you can mix in between the electrolytes and the regular water. Uh,
Hmm.
because in mountains, what I've seen is because you're going up, you're fast hiking, you're sort of hyperventilating, your heart rate is up, you tend to feel
Hmm.
more thirsty, so you end up consuming more water. So you don't want to be in those 2 kilometers between the stations. You don't want to be left out without water. That wouldn't be a good pace. Plus, your hydration packs can also carry other things like gels or chocolates or anything else. It's always good to sort of look after yourself in terms of, okay, can I self-sustain for at least this much of time and say, okay, yes, I'm prepared.
All right. Can you please share some more knowledge about the gears that you will be providing or the gears that the participants are going to carry?
Yeah, so the gear that we are highly recommending people, the essential piece, one piece would be trail running shoes. Now,
Huh.
someone who's a total beginner, I know people would say, okay, that's another big investment. It's going to be expensive. There are not many
Hmm.
options available in India. What do we do? Uh, if it's level one, if it's level one, level two, you can do it in your regular shoes as well, regular running shoes. But we just recommend trail. Why? Because it grips better. It grips better over the loose dirt and the ruts that you will encounter on the way. So it's more safer. It will give you traction. You can balance yourself better. It has better stability built in compared to road running shoes. Road running shoes are very soft, they're very flexible, and hence on sharper rocks and boulders, they may not provide you stability or protection enough. So trail running shoes become essential. Uh, there are a few options. There's a WhatsApp group that we are a part of, and we have already shared a few options. So you have Saucony, Brooks, Asics, Adidas, Nike. You have options on with even in Decathlon. Decathlon has a couple of models that they have really improved on, and people
Hmm.
who want to spend that sort of a budget, who don't want to spend so much on a trail shoe, I think they can definitely go out on to Decathlon and try the trail running shoe because they it may work for them. But it's just that if you're doing that, you should do that sooner rather than later. So at least
Hmm.
you get used to the shoe about 6 weeks before the run, 4 to 6 weeks before the run, start breaking it in. Trail shoe is a bit stiffer, so you may require more sort of an experience using that. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of weather can one expect during that time of the year in October?
Yeah, so we're doing it post monsoon. At least that's
Hmm.
the plan. If monsoon schedule sort of it goes as per plan, I think by September end monsoons will be over. So it's going to be clear skies. We're not expecting any rain, but a bit of hint of chill starts to come in October, early October. So
Hmm.
McLeodganj is at about 6,500 feet. So you can expect early morning sort of temperatures to be around maybe 8 to 10 degree mark in the morning.
Hmm.
And then as they're going up, obviously the body will heat up. As the sun comes
Hmm.
up, it's going to be comfortable, maybe 15, 20 degrees, 20, 25 degrees, that sort, close to 300. People who
Hmm.
are going up for the snow line, if it's a good day, good sunny day, it's again going to be comfortable, 20 degrees. But going up the Indrahar is going to get a bit cold because the exposure is a lot more, and it also gets quite windy. As I was doing the recce in May, and I also figured out because till level 3 it was very hot, and the moment we started to go up the Indrahar, and we took about 6 hours to go up and back down.
Hmm.
Throughout the way, it was actually quite cool, quite comfortable, and also chilly early in the morning to sort of. do that. But how chilly is it going to be? I would say early morning above at that 10 and a half, 11,000 feet, it would be close to zero in October, like
Mm,
sub-zero temperatures, which obviously you will not be there early in the morning because early morning you're starting the race from McLeodganj. Uh,
mm,
what could work in that sort of an environment? You obviously don't need a down jacket for this one, but you do need a good hard shell that can protect you from wind and rain. And a good hard shell also automatically gives you a bit of insulation because it retains body heat.
mm.
That's something, that's another essential piece of gear that we are asking people to carry, especially level 3, level 4 people. It will be compulsory for them to carry a rain jacket, sort of a hard shell with them.
Mm. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. So will there be snow at level 4? If as you said, the temperatures could go around sub-zero. So at Indrahar Pass, at the top level, will there be snow, and is it safe to?
Okay, I lost him there, but he's asking about the snow. Uh, Again, if it's post monsoon, we are not expecting any sort of snowfall to happen. Uh,
Mm,
if it's post monsoon, we're not expecting any snowfall to happen, but being mountain weather, you don't really know. Uh, if it happens, there's not going to be any snow sort of sitting there. Like for example, the Laka Glacier that you're going to be crossing, it's not. It probably will not be there in the month of October, or it would have thinned down quite a lot. And even there is a small glacier that you traverse when you're going up. That's sort of part of a very steep section. That's also going to
mm,
disappear by the month of October. So it's going to be just exposed rock. So will there
mm.
be any ice? No, there will be no ice. Is there going to be snow? Only if it's overcast and if it starts to snow. Only then we'll see snow. Otherwise, no.
Okay. So for those who will be going up to level 4 and then coming down, it will take, I guess, how much time? And by the time they come down to McLeodganj, I guess it will go dark. So will
Yeah.
they be needing the light?
Yes, actually, everyone will be needing a headlight, at least level 4, 3, and 2 people, because we start early in the morning. So level 4 starts at 4 a.m. and then next level 4:30 and then 5. So I think the first hour and a half for each of these categories, hour and a half, will be in the dark. So
Hmm.
yes, we do recommend. It's actually compulsory. Without that, you won't be able to do because it's a rocky trail, and terrain. We don't want you to get hurt or anything. So don't rely on anyone else's head torch because we have seen that in other races. A lot of people don't carry head torches and they say, okay, because the runner running next to me is having a head torch, I'll just use his. So don't do that. Carry your own gear. Prepare yourself. Look out for yourself. I think that's going to be more important. So yes, everyone will be needing the head torches. Level 4 people, I would say
Hmm.
they should even put spare batteries in their rucksacks. Sorry, in their hydration packs because while coming down, it's a 17-hour cutoff for them, and finishing at 9 p.m. So after 7,
Hmm.
7:30 in the evening, it's going to be dark. So if let's say if they are somewhere, if they are crossing Triund area around that time and they're coming down, again it's going to be trail
Hmm.
and it's going to be dark. So we recommend you should be having a head torch for that. You can't be doing without it. And if you have used up your head torch early in the morning and if the battery for some reason went weak or anything else, you forgot to turn it off and it was on throughout, and you lose the battery, the battery is drained out, then it's better to sort of have a spare battery. So level 4 people definitely should be having a spare set of batteries. Level 3 people, I think they will be done before the sun sets.
Right. Okay. So come down, it will get dark. So it sounds a bit risky, a bit difficult. So what are your safety measurements taken for this program? Like, what if someone gets injured midway, or
I lost most of you, but I think I got you were asking, trying to ask about the safety aspect and
Yeah,
the
safety
preparation.
measurements. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
as I said, we have stations every kilometer and a half and 2 kilometers. Now, uh,
Uh,
we'll have we'll have like different staff. So we'll have people who are supporting, like giving you water and food and everything, and then we'll have these marshals who will be doing to and fro, back and forth on the route, sort of checking in between these stations and close to these bit of the technical areas on level 3, 4 areas where people are. Is anyone in the trouble? Does anyone need help and everything? So we'll have these
mhm.
with them ready with stretchers and sort of radio communications and everything. So we'll have that system in place so that no one's really literally left around, left back. And there'll obviously be like a sweep down from the top. So there will be someone who will be coming down through the way. There will be like multiple team members coming down through the way, sort of checking whether anyone's stuck, anyone's there or not, or whatever. We are also compulsorily asking people to carry a whistle. A lot of hydration packs have a whistle inbuilt, but the ones who don't, they need to carry an extra because if you're stuck anywhere in between these stations or anywhere, blowing the whistle loud would help us sort of understand, okay, someone's in trouble, someone's stuck somewhere and not able to sort of, move or anything. So that's how, especially for level four. Level four also, the terrain is because it's vertical and it's sort of technical rocks. So line of sight it becomes an issue. So people won't be able to see you if you're behind a rock or something. So if you have a whistle, you can obviously make noise and you can tell the marshals or the support staff close to you that yes, someone's really I'm not well or something like that. So then our team can take care of it.
Understood. Okay, so participants are going to gather at McLeodganj, right? From there, they
Yes.
are going to start the run, right? So, what are the arrangements in terms of accommodation? Like, where will people be staying? Because the whole day they will be running, and as soon as the run is over, they just want to, have rest or something. So, will we be, booking the hotels or accommodation on their behalf, or they have to take care of it themselves?
So people who have registered till now, we have shared a list of partner hotels that we have. So and we also have shared the contact numbers of our ground team. So they just need to get in touch with them uh, as per their preference, whatever hotel, whatever fits in their budget or to their liking. They just need to send in the request and just book it. They'll take care of all the payments and everything else. So yes, so we are not doing the fees does not include the accommodation. You have to book your own accommodation, and we have
Mm.
already shared the list. And as soon as you keep registering, as people will keep signing up, we'll keep sharing these lists over the emails with you, and so that you can just go
Mhm.
ahead and sort of book it sooner. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we have covered almost everything there was to discuss about this very running program, but
Yeah.
still a couple of questions are left which were raised during the time that we were talking.
Yeah.
So one question is, could participants witness any wild animals or something en route?
The Triune Ridge, it's surrounded by forest. So you do in the locality in that area you do have bear population, but they have never really come on the Triune Trail. We haven't seen any incident that there's a bear which has come on the main Triune Trail, or even while going up to the snow line because it's a quite popular route. So it's busy with people. You have a lot of trekkers and shepherds and local villagers sort of going up. So yes, they are there, but I don't think so. There's going to be a trouble. Is this only going to be maybe? And it's not that they are active at the night time either. So bears are generally active
Mhm.
only in the day. So and by
Right.
the time it's going to be night, it's going to be dark later. I think people in level four will already be sort of heading down the Triund area, which is very safe. So Triund, in fact, people do their day hike, so they leave early in the morning, and then there's some of them take the entire day to sort of trek and stay up, spend time, and then they come back late in the night. So that also happens. So it's a very safe trail as far as wildlife goes.
Right. Okay. One question was, is Dropback facility available? Right. People have,
They will only
they,
be there will probably only be one. We are still sort of, we'll close these details closer to the race, and we'll tell you. But yes, at the start line, definitely we'll let people sort of drop their gear. Okay, there's some amount of gear we are leaving. We have like
mm,
a change of clothes or something, that we are leaving. Other things, no, I would say if you have preference for your own hydration or sort of, energy thing and all, carry your hydration pack. Hydration pack has enough space to put in your jacket, your gels, and your energy bars or whatever. So if you have any preference in terms of carrying it, carry it with yourself. Dropback facility, if at all, will be there. It will only be at the start and the finish, which is common.
okay. And the whole route up till Indrahar Pass, will that be marked by you guys, or I mean, will there be some flags or something, some direction, or people will be carrying GPS? Like, what are the facilities so that nobody gets lost and they are on the
Yeah.
designed route?
So, as I said, trail through Triund is pretty well laid out, very well marked. There is no uh, major sort of a diversion or a fork that can lead to anywhere else in the forest and you will get lost. That's not going to happen. Wherever there will be,
Mm-hmm.
we will put some sort of a marking. So we'll be putting either flags or some sort of a paint mark on the rocks, and marking in detail required for the Indrahar itself, because once you cross the Laka Glacier and you start to go up the caves, is where the terrain is very rocky and technical and you can't see the trail really. So we'll be marking it in a way in which you can see from one flag to the other flag, you can see line of sight. Okay, this is where I need to go. And so that's, yes, it's going to be properly marked either with paints or with flags, uh, the whole route, yes.
Okay. Is there a cutoff number for the participants, or n number of people can participate? Like, there's no
No,
limit.
we're keeping a cap because it's a trail. It's you can't have thousands of people like your
Mm,
regular city events. So we'll be having a cap of people. We are expecting if the entries go that way, probably max about 150 people on the trail, not more than that for the first edition. So yeah, I think that's about the thing. But yes, for the level four, obviously we're going to keep a cap. We don't want a lot of people who are not ready for it, who just see the
mm,
distance that is 30K and it's not going to be much to sign up for it. We are having a strict process to actually check who has done what and what kind of experience do you have. So yeah, we're going to have a cap on every category.
okay. So this particular trail, all the way up till under Indrahar Pass, is one magnificent route, and everything is so beautiful and diverse, right? It starts from meadows and from the city of McLeodganj, and then it gets snowy, and then it could get rocky and other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but not everyone would like to cover all that in one go, in one day.
Mm.
So if someone wants to enjoy the route or cover the route in parts, do we have a plan for them? Do we have uh, an option, for instance, say trekking, like a 3 day 4 day plan of trek? Do we have that too?
Yes, so actually, there are a lot of people who are coming from Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra, who are coming with
Mm,
families, and they've also requested that sort of what program can the families do. So for people who want to do it easy, we actually do having a 4 day Indrahar trek, the regular trek that you can do it in your full your trekking expedition style, going with your proper potters and cooks and the tents and everything. So you can do it
mm,
easy way if that's how you
mm,
want to do it. So yes, we're having that options as well. So what that's going to happen? That's going to start 4 days before the race starts. So people
mm,
who will be so the fourth day, which is basically coming back down, is when the race is going to happen. So they're going to be coming back down from Indrahar the day when the race is going. So yes, if you're coming with your family and they want to be part of the group going to the Indrahar Pass for the trek, uh, they're most welcome to join that.
right. Okay. Oh, okay. So will there be medals and certificates? People want to know if they are, making such ascend to the top, it's going to take a lot of struggle and hard work. Will there be a medal or any kind of certification for them?
Yes. So we'll give the e-certificates post the race, but there will be a finisher medal, of course. We'll be giving finisher medal
Uh,
at the finish line, which is again the mountaineering center where the race starts from. That's the start and the finish. That's common, and that is where we'll hand over the medals once they sort of come finish the race, along with some sort of refreshments and everything. And yeah, the e-certificates will be mailed to them.
okay, understood. So one last question. Till now, we have covered almost everything about the run, and also in the very last, we included the track option. When do people reach McLeodganj? If it's and if not McLeodganj, then where? Like when do people reach, and where do people reach? Where do they gather? Like, what's the plan for it?
Yeah, so the schedule is before the race, if there is any gathering, if there is any meeting from the race organizer side, is just a day before. So on 7th October, which is the Friday,
Hmm.
is when we meet to just distribute the bibs. So there will be a particular time and the place that we'll share that you just need to come
Hmm.
where, collect your race kit, merchandise, and the bib. And
Hmm.
so people in level one, level two, they can easily just come on by 7th morning. If let's say if they're coming by bus from Delhi, they're taking an evening overnight bus from Delhi. They reach early in the morning on 7th. They can rest a bit, collect their bibs by afternoon, rest, and then run this next day. But what we recommend is if you can come a day early, rest the whole of 7th instead of getting that travel fatigue and lack of sleep
Hmm.
with you and then running the same. So people level one, level two people, yes, they can come on the 7th, but we recommend coming a day earlier. Level three, level
Hmm.
four, coming on the fourth, acclimatizing a bit is what we recommend. Come by the fourth or the fifth, acclimatize for a day. Either just
Hmm.
go till the level one turnaround point, which is the magic view. Come back down, sleep. Someone wants to camp up. Let's say the people who are coming who want to acclimatize well, they're doing the level four, and they say, okay, I need to go up and I need camp arrangement or stay arrangement. Yes, we are arranging that as well. So you need to let us know in advance. If you want an acclimatization trip, we have sort of different charges for it per person, and there will be a guide. Someone will just take you, and your stay will include your food and everything else. So yeah, just for the night.
Okay, so I guess we have covered everything about the Summit Run program.
Yeah.
And so for the last time, the event is scheduled for 8th of October. And if someone
Hmm.
is opting for the associated track, that's going to kick off on 5th of October, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The trek,
Okay.
the
So
trek I think is kicking
if
off on 4th October. I think people just need to check with us on the dates once. I think that'll
uh,
be better. But yes, I think kicking off on 4th or 5th October. Yeah.
all right, awesome.
Yeah, 5th,
So
6th,
if
7th,
anyone
and
wants
8th
to,
back down. Yes, I think 5th. Yeah.
okay, awesome. So if anyone wants to know more about it, they can obviously log into or visit our site bootsandcrampons.com. There is this particular page dedicated to this Summit Run program. So you
Yes.
could directly go to bootsandcrampons.com/Summit Run program, or you could DM us on Insta, on WhatsApp, or raise the query through the contact form or the chat option on our website. So to know more about it. So yeah, that's it. I think we should end it here. And if someone has a question or something, they can always ask us in any way possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. Thank you, Chetan. It
Okay.
was very
Thanks,
nice
Rajat.
to
Yes.
about
Lovely
this
talking
program.
to people, everyone. Thank you for joining, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.